All right.
All right, cool. Let's try it. All right. Can y'all still hear me from this far?
Yeah.
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 All right, cool. All right. To episode 4 of ATCH. Um, this is a very short notice episode, so we only got three. All right. I'm Jordan Jackson, and Vince Carter is the best dunker ever. And George, you want to go from there?
I also agree that Vince Carter is the best dunker ever.
Matt?
Can't think of anybody else.
I think Vince Carter is the best dunker also.
Derek?
All right. So I agree that Vince Carter is currently the best dunker ever, but Ja Morant's coming for that title.
Like the confidence. All right, let's jump into the show. Number one. Why? Why this NFL season will be epic? And let's go reverse. Derek, you want to go?
Yeah. So one, I think there's just a lot more hype around this season. The players are getting better each year. College players are coming in and making an impact right away. We got receivers breaking the single season rookie record year after year. It's going to happen again this year with either Garrett Wilson or Chris Olave. One of them are going to do it. You just got some quality teams out there now. It's not like 3 or 4 teams that can win the Super Bowl. Now it's like 9 or 10 teams that can win the Super Bowl. So I just think there's just more hype around it.
you know, oops. It's my bad for just focusing on your lip sync. You want to go from there, man?
Hey, I got a point out of it. I'll take it. So yeah, I agree with Derek. There's just so much talent in the NFL right now. It's almost like as if it's the NBA. Young stars are rising much faster than we've seen in past time. Even our veterans still holding up, having great seasons. Aaron Donald, Von Miller still even made a good impact. Obviously, Tom Brady, Rodgers, the vets, they're allowing their young superstars to shine. It's going to be such a fun season to watch. This is like one of the most exciting seasons like that I have like anticipated for a good minute.
All right, George, you want to finish?
Yeah, I'll take it away. Not only is the talent at the highest level it's ever been in the NFL, the drama is at an all-time high as well. Just everything that's going on this offseason with all the trades of all-pro Calante Adams, the big QB trade, or I guess minor QB trades of Baker Mayfield, Tom Brady faking a retirement like Brett Favre. It's just been a crazy offseason, and it's going to hopefully lead into an even crazier regular season.
I like it. And I'll give you one extra, Derek, for screwing you over at the beginning.
Can I add one extra thing? I don't need a point for this, but Tom Brady said this is his last year. We can hope and pray that he's telling the truth.
All right, let's move on to is this a retirement post? And of course, the banner's blocking it.
Just read it. Oh, there we go.
MMA, I'll never forget you. Easy work. And let's reverse the order again. George, you want to pick it up?
If it's a retirement post, I wish him the best, but I do hope it's not true. Conor McGregor was a legend in the sport of MMA, just as almost an icon because of the crazy media attention he garnered and everything he's done. I was talking to Matt before this about one of my favorite memories of Conor McGregor is we used to live together and we were watching a McGregor fight and we had all the lights turned to green and orange and one of our friends, Bailey, was bowing down to McGregor because he thought he was the king. And then I believe he lost, so.
That's the Khabib fight.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so he got shit on.
Yeah.
I'll give you a point for the effort, but man, what a bad fight to pick that for. All right, Matt, you want to go?
Yeah, obviously in my opinion, this isn't retire. He's retired like 4 times already, and every single time it seems like he's just been pissed off at Dana White. So I wonder if something in the background is happening. I think he's going to fight again. Hopefully he does, but maybe that leg that he broke last year is something that could be bothering him, where he can't go to a full contact sport in the UFC again. Um, but yeah, like George was saying, Conor McGregor kind of made he blew it up for those few years that like he was obviously dominating in the featherweight division. So best of luck to him if he does retire, but I don't think he's retiring.
And then Derek, you want to finish that?
Yeah, so I kind of just want to piggyback off of what Matt was saying. He basically has just retired multiple times. He says he's calling it quits, and then he goes to box Mayweather. He talks about boxing again. Honestly, I've never been big on Conor McGregor. He is the greatest of all time at talking, but honestly, he's never defended a championship. He can win them, but he can't keep them. You know what I'm saying? And if something doesn't go his way, he gets mad. He throws shit at buses. He's starting drama at a music award show with MGK. Like, MGK is a tall, skinny white dude. This guy's a professional fighter. Why he's trying to start a fight with MGK? Like, that don't make no sense. So I think Conor McGregor's out here just trying to bring up more publicity for himself to get like his name back into the system again, so that way he can have an even bigger fight and make more money with whatever he does next.
Let's move on from there. And one of the GOATs passed away. It's a very sad day in the basketball world, even though it's a few days ago. But what should they do to honor this man? And we'll go with the Celtics fan first. Matt.
All right, so I like to start it off. I'm just kidding, Matt. You go ahead.
One, they should honor it by make it look like he's the host of the show. That's how they should make it right there. But honestly, I mean, rest in peace, Bill Russell. I mean, he is like the pioneer of basketball. He wasn't the first African American basketball player in the NBA, but he definitely has been a pioneer for what the game is today. He led the way for a lot of black athletes, especially in the NBA. Obviously, civil rights movement, great off the court as well. Best champion ever in North American sport. We take that away from him. Might have not been the most competitive era back then, but still, like, can't take away 11 championships, especially as a player coach. He goes down in history. I mean, he was sitting front row at Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech, and Martin Luther King asked him and invited him there. So, he's gonna be known as a basketball player, as a civil rights activist. He's forever written in legacy right there.
George, you want to go for that long-winded answer?
I don't even know I could go from there. I don't even have to say rest in peace, Bill Russell. And I had no idea about that Martin Luther King story. That was really cool.
All right, Derek, you want
That's
to
all.
Yeah, I'll finish it off with, Matt said it all, but Bill Russell will forever be the guy that in the LeBron versus Michael Jordan argument, Bill Russell gets brought up 99% of the time because he has 11 rings. Nobody's ever going to touch that. Nobody's ever going to break that. Bill Russell is the most winningest man in NBA history. Couldn't be stopped. So that's all I got to say to Bill Russell. Retire number 6, all teams. RIP to a legend.
I'm going to borrow a phrase you said and say John Morant's coming for that title, bro.
Of 11 rings.
All right, let's move on. Not only did we lose Bill Russell, we also lost Scully. I don't know much about this guy. I know one thing that's kind of iconic about him, but let's see what you guys know. And Derek, you want to pick it up?
Yeah, so as you guys know, I'm a huge baseball fan. I've never watched baseball really in my life. I've been to one major league baseball game We used to make fun of Tristan's dad on the, sleeping on the couch watching baseball. Like, who watches baseball? But as far as I know, this guy was one of the greatest announcers of all time. His voice was just perfect for announcing. He announced all of the games. I really don't know much about him. I talked to Wyatt about it a little bit, and he said he just has an iconic voice. So rest in peace to an iconic voice. Got to give him props where he got props at.
All right. George, you want to go from
Props
there?
where he got props at.
Yeah. Just a sad day in sports for like deaths and things like that. Vince Scully was a legend of early sports broadcasting. I think he did work for like the Niners and shit, and just a lot of stuff in Los Angeles area. That's all I like super know about him. But rest in peace to another legend.
And Matt, you want to go from there?
Yeah, I completely agree with George on that end. Like modern sports broadcasting, that as well. Two pioneers dying in the same week is pretty crazy. I didn't know this, but found out that he was the one that called Dwight Clark's the catch when Joe Montana threw that. So that's pretty awesome that he was versatile in so many ways. I know he did golf, baseball. It's a great sport when it comes playoff time, Derek. And then obviously the Niners. So rest in peace to the legend.
Yeah, that catch was what I was referring to earlier. That's the only thing I actually didn't even know that was him at first. That was sprung on me, but that was pretty cool once I found out. So let's move on to the myth, the legend, Kurt Angle. His A&E documentary came out, so I thought it'd be nice to share your favorite memory of Kurt Angle. And Derek, you want to start?
All right, so I'll start it again. Kurt Angle, growing up, was one of the greatest heels to watch as a child. The chant is probably the greatest chant in WWE history. The "You suck, you suck." So I gotta say, my favorite memory. My favorite memory has to be when he broke his ankle by an F5 by Brock Lesnar, or or when Eugene beat him and stole his gold medal. Those are my two favorite memories of Kurt Angle being the greatest heel of all time.
When did Brock Lesnar F5 Kurt Angle and break his ankle?
Does that know what happened?
He broke his ankle on the F5?
I thought so.
While you're looking, George, you want to go from there?
All right, I'll take it. Besides medal with a broken freaking neck, Kurt Angle has countless memories to look back upon. Whether it's the Shane McMahon incident at King of the Ring, I think, where they're throwing each other through real glass plates on accident, or when the Iron Man match he has with Brock on SmackDown, where they go for a whole hour and just tear the place down. But my favorite memories of Kurt Angle come from TNA, or Impact as some call it, where he just went on the final great run of his career, won world championships, had crazy matches with Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. One of all time, if not top three.
I like it. And Matt, you want to go?
Yeah, I agree with George. One being an Olympic gold medalist. I didn't know he had a broken neck. That is insane. That is just awesome. Yeah, that is crazy. No, I did not know that. But I would this is kind of my hot take on it. My most memorable Kurt Angle moment is he won that brought John Cena onto the scene. That was John Cena's first match. That is my most memorable moment with Kurt Angle, right there. So in reality, yeah, John Cena kind of blew up from Kurt Angle.
Gotcha. A little trivia here. What movie with The Rock was Kurt Angle in? Anybody know that? 2 points on the line. No?
No clue.
I don't know, one with Kevin Hart, just because Kevin Hart.
Pain in game.
Or in the rock every movie ever.
He was
Score.
in Pain and Gain for like 15 seconds. Let's move on. And I
Derek
feel
said
like,
pain. You know?
I looked it up.
He did say it. Oh,
sorry to hear there's a delay in my ear with you guys sometimes. But let's move on. I feel like George had started it. You want to start with your team?
Yeah. No bias whatsoever. But having Dionte Johnson under contract is really big for the Steelers. They don't have a number one receiver yet, really. Chase Claypool looks great, but who knows how great he'd be. Dionte was solid with Big Ben, so hopefully now with Money Mitch, they can put something together. And it's nice to see him at training camp finally.
Let's flip to the other side, because I know one guy isn't too high on this. You want to go from there, Derek?
Yeah, so I'm not a big Dionte Johnson fan. I think he is highly overrated. To be honest, he drops a lot of passes. Like George drops said, a lot of passes. Like George said, he's not a true number one receiver. And it's like Chase Claypool might step into that role. Dionte Johnson's at a point where people talk about him like he should be the number one receiver. He just doesn't have the talent or the ability to, or it might not even be that. It might just he doesn't have the work ethic because he drops passes left and right, and I don't think they're gonna. They're probably overpaying him. I don't know the details to the contract, but I assume they're overpaying him, and I don't think they're going very far this season with the core that they have. And signing Dionte Johnson doesn't really improve them much more than where they were at.
I can't give you two, man. Oh, God.
Come on. You that's two mess ups right there.
I dunked myself in my before Matt goes, you want to respond to that, George? Get your stick up for your guy?
I have to almost agree that there is just something missing from Deontay's game. Like, I think he almost gets the benefit of the doubt because he's the Steelers wide receiver, and all they do is produce top tier wide receivers, but he hasn't had like that season, and hopefully it's this season. Hopefully.
I gotta say, I'm impressed, Derek. You got a Steelers fan to agree with you on the top receiver in I don't know the NFL's eyes. I guess I like Claypool. But you want to go from there, George? I mean, Matt.
Yeah, I completely agree with both Derek and George. Losing Juju kind of puts the Steelers in a sticky situation. Dionte Johnson, I completely agree with George. Like the Steelers are known for producing high receivers. So I just don't know how that's gonna turn out. Plus, I just don't see either having a great season as Mitch Trubisky as their quarterback. So good luck, Steelers Nation.
All right. I do got to step in and say that we did not lose Juju. Juju lost us.
I like that.
Bro, Juju went to the Chiefs, bro. He has a better quarterback.
Him going to the Chiefs is a big mistake.
Yes.
Yeah, but he doesn't fit their system.
Of running down the field and just letting Patrick Mahomes throw him the ball.
He's not fast.
Travis Kelce's not fast.
Travis Kelce's elite, though. Juju wasn't elite yet. He needed one more year of seasoning. The Steelers got that special seasoning with receivers.
He needed Patrick Mahomes.
Maybe.
No, I don't like the Chiefs either.
All right, let's move on. Okay, so this is kind of a two-parter. Oh, wait. Yeah, sure.
You give me a 1 minute timer with Bill Russell, but not a minute with Georgia Steelers.
He didn't talk for 70 minutes.
Hey, I just knew you had it in you to go for 4 or 5 minutes with Bill Russell, so I just put this point up.
And you docked me 2 points. I see how.
I docked you 8 points.
All right, Continue.
All right. So this one's kind of a two-parter here. I think it's one. Yep. One, would you sign 38-year-old LeBron to an extension? And two, should the Lakers? And let's go with the LeBron fan, Matt.
Would I sign a 38 LeBron if I were GM? Is that what you're asking?
Yep.
Um, for the right price, obviously, yes. I mean, LeBron is like still a top player in the league. I would obviously know that like he can help produce whatever team that he goes on. At 38 and where he stands right now, for the Lakers, no, the Lakers should not extend him because I think he is just so focused on wanting to play with his son. So I think these next couple years are going to be a little weird for the Lakers and LeBron in terms of Hollywood, playing with his son. I mean, he's basically traded away everything to OKC that the Lakers have. So everything to OKC that the Lakers have. In OKC in 2-3 years. So good luck, 40-year-old LeBron in OKC.
Now the real LeBron fan, you want to go, Derek?
Yeah, so the Cavs already said they're not re-signing LeBron. So honestly, I don't care where LeBron goes. I don't think he's going to win another ring. I don't see what him re-signing really does for his career or his legacy. Like Matt said, he really just wants to play with Bronny Jr. But like, why? But like, what? Why? Like that's 2 more years. I read some of the details about what he could get. So he's not even really eligible. Like he doesn't have to sign to the extension till 2023, and it would be like 2 years, $97 million. So if he wants the money, sure, go ahead and sign. But this man's a billionaire already. He's the first active player to become a billionaire in the NBA. I got 19 seconds, so I'll finish it off with go to Memphis and win a chip with Ja Morant and put Ja Morant on the trajectory to win 11 chips. So let's go Ja Morant. You know what I'm saying?
All right, George, finish it off.
All right. So I think any team that doesn't want LeBron James or says they don't want LeBron James is absolutely delusional. He's invaluable from a marketing standpoint, and he's arguably the greatest player of all time. And it's a big argument, I understand. But at the end of the day, Bron should just go ring chase at this point. What else does he have to prove? He's already done it in Cleveland. He's already done it in Cleveland, done it in Los Angeles, done it in Miami. Why not go do it in a fifth location? And maybe help a young superstar on the way before he gets to go play with his son, which would be pretty insane in my opinion. That's only been done like once in modern sports with the Griffies, right?
I think the Ripkins did it as well.
The who?
Baseball. Cal Ripken and Cal Ripken Jr. I think they did,
crazy.
but that was more in the 80s.
If you ask me, LeBron's been ring chasing since he was like 27. So let's move on from there. All right. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, one got lost. It was a Westbrook one. All right. What team is best fit for Westbrook? And Derek, you want to start this one?
Yeah, so I think Russell Westbrook needs to find a team that he can be dominant on. He needs to find his rhythm. I'd say go to a team like the Thunder, who's young and he can give some wisdom to, or maybe even like I don't know, the Kings or something like that. Now, for the Lakers' sake, they should try to go after Kyrie Irving and trade away their picks so they can at least win now instead of trying to plan for the future without LeBron. But yeah, I think Russ needs to go somewhere where he can be ball dominant.
Hold on. I'll be up in a minute. All right. George, you want to go?
Yeah, I think at this point Russ is a big question mark, just because of how last season went. Like he went from averaging a triple double to in this crazy, almost pseudo locker room problem and trade target, and then he's on the Lakers, which is cool. Like I think being on the Lakers is a decent fit, but he's never gonna get the ball because of Bron. I'd like to see him go somewhere and just collect a chip or two again. Maybe go to Golden State. I don't know.
Did you say again?
Get a chip.
All right, Matt, finish off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with both George and Derek on part of their takes. I think probably his best fit. I mean, OKC has the picks to trade for Westbrook. I think going back home would be an awesome homecoming for him. He can give the wisdom, as Derek was saying, to the younger players. I also think he does need to be the ball dominant handler. And I knew that that wasn't going to work out in LA just because Braun I knew that that wasn't going to work out in LA just because Braun basic point forward. So hopefully, you know, if he were to get traded, go back home, I don't think that he would be a good fit to trade for Kyrie Irving because I think Kyrie Irving's value right now is almost much higher than Westbrook. So I don't see that trade going out, but it would be pretty cool to see KD and Westbrook back on a team and LeBron and Kyrie going back just like the old days.
All right, nice. All right, since there's only three of you, we're on the elimination part, right? You guys heard about the Dolphins losing their first and third round pick for the next 2 years? Oh, and 1.5 million. So we're gonna put a little twist on this, right? One, let's be real. Do the Dolphins ever draft good players? We're gonna make that point
Yes.
here.
Jalen Waddle.
Hold on. Bruh. He ruining the game. So, lowest point, we'll start. So Matt, and then since Derek cut me off, George will go second, right? Name a good player the Dolphins have ever drafted. Go ahead,
Am
Matt.
I on the clock right now?
Yeah.
So answering your
One
question,
good player,
do they?
just one. Just name one.
Oh, that's it? I thought you said okay.
Come on, man.
Modern NFL. I'm gonna just say Jay Ajayi.
Jay Ajayi. All right, George, go ahead.
Minka Fitzpatrick.
Okay, that's a good player. Derek.
Well, I already said Jalen Waddle, so I'm going to use a different one and go with Xavier Howard.
Okay. Oh shit. Matt.
Do I keep going?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm getting like some
Are you looking the
ad
top?
on.
Don't look
No,
at
I'm getting some like something like blew up.
Tell me that doesn't sound like he's looking up players.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
No, I literally don't have anybody else. Who's the dude that like bullied people in the freaking locker room?
That was incognito. He didn't play for them. All right, George, go. I mean, he didn't get drafted, but
Mike Gesicki.
okay, he's good. Derek.
Can I use fucking Waddle, Jalen Waddle?
George.
I'm gonna qualify Ryan Tannehill as a good NFL player.
Not with the Dolphins.
Good
hard-
enough.
And hardly with the
Dolphins.
Titans.
Go ahead, Derek.
And hardly with the Titans. Well, you know, being in a house full of Jarvis Landry fans, you know I can't not say Jarvis Landry.
George.
We going like all time.
Yeah. Give me some good Dolphins.
Dan Marino.
Derek.
Laramie Tunzel.
right. I don't know, man.
That's the only one I could think of. I can't think of Dolphin draft picks.
You got one more, George?
Jason Taylor? Is that his name?
Yep. All right, Matt. Sorry, bro. You're out, dog. Any last words?
First time not making it to the top 2. Enjoy the moment.
Got to know your Dolphins players, bro.
I don't care about the Dolphins.
All right. So similar thing here, right? This is kind of the problem with the WNBA, but Paige Bucher tore her ACL, so she's going to miss the whole season. Part of the problem is we don't know a lot of WNBA players, so continuing off of the same thing. Derek, name a WNBA player.
Brittany Griner.
George?
Diana Taurasi?
Oh, oops, wrong button.
That's how you pronounce it?
Derek?
Sue Bird.
Okay. George?
Sue Bird.
This is bad. I don't. Sue Bird was going to be my next go.
Come on. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Nope.
All right, what do you got?
That's bad.
You need 2 WNBA players to win this game.
So I know Candace Parker. And shit.
Uh-oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Derek, I'm especially disappointed in you, bro.
I'm trying to think of her name.
Dog, we went to high school with the WNBA player.
Bro, she wasn't in my grade.
It don't matter. We went to school with her.
I know her name is Kylie. I just can't think of her last name.
Kylie Shook, bro.
Shook. Gosh. I knew it was Kylie. I just could not think of her last name.
Oh my gosh! Now I gotta think of a question. All right. Matt, are you still here?
He's
Yes, I'm still here.
Matt, give me a topic of the sports.
Any topic of the sport? Of any sport?
Give me a sport, I should say.
Obviously, I'm a basketball fan, so NBA.
All right, NBA.
And then let's do Sixth Men.
6 men. Okay, that's a good
Yep.
one. All right. So there's a chance for both you guys here, right? Actually, George, heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
Okay, yeah, that's what I had. There's 2 guys with multiple 6 Men of the Year awards. Who's won?
Lou Will.
Derek, do you know the other one?
Is it
5, 4, 3, 2.
Mono Ginobili?
Nope. Oh, wrong button. And the champ this week, it was Jamal Crawford, by the way. George is our champion.
Let's go.
Here's your minute. Gloat.
Oh, I get a whole minute. Shout out Matt Chase. Shout out Bailey Francisco. Shout out Jordan for having me. Shout out Big Balls R on Twitter. Shout out Dwight on Twitter. A whole minute is way too much time for me.
All right, go to 30. You only got 10 more.
All right, Steelers are gonna make the playoffs.
Playoffs at the very least. Penguins are winning the cup next year. And I fuck with WWE again. I'll get that off my chest right here.
All right, good show, guys. I gotta go.
Let's